Okay, we're going to try this again. Maybe if I go a different way through the app to get here, we're going to try this again. So we're talking about Winging It Wednesday, making a Wisteria Wishes card. I hope you guys join me. I'm so sorry. I had 6 of you watching and things went haywire. No, this is really crazy. I don't know what is going on. Hi, Sharon. I cannot figure this out. All of a sudden it changed things on me again. So this is, let's see. Nope, you don't want to see that. That's my mess. All of a sudden, I want to go down. I want to flip down. Okay, well, let's try flipping down, and it's going to be upside down, but I'll do my best, okay? I am going to do my best. So here we have the host code, Stamping with Jeannie. .stampinup.net. This is my July host code. Here's my card. I'm going to be probably upside down because I can't figure out what is happening with my thing. So let's just try, and hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'll flip back up so that I can see if we are on track. I've got my scalloped contour die. I've got my scrap of Orchid Oasis. I have my garden green ink. Boy, this is a comedy of errors. I'm going to have to do a blooper video when this one finishes. So I have this is the stems that make the stems of the things so that these flowers do not have to be hanging. So I'm trying to see if I'm on camera. I think I'm doing pretty well. I've got to stand up. I can't stand sitting down. Do you ever have problems with that? Boy, my ink is a little gooey. I'm going to have to spread that before tonight. If you ever have it that it's blotchy like that, you see the ink right here, it's kind of blotchy. This is really wet. Take a bone folder or a plastic spoon and kind of move the ink to the side. So then that should take care of that. I'll do that before everybody comes for class tonight. Okay, now I've got 3 ways that I could add ink to this stamp. I am thinking one of them, the one closest to the end, I'm going to just directly stamp with the Orchid Oasis stamp set. So let's do this. So that's my first one. Okay, my first way of adding ink. My second way of adding ink. Did I grab a sponge dauber? I did. I was thinking that I could use a sponge dauber and just add a little bit of ink to my blossom here. So it's going to be a little bit lighter than this one, which is full strength. I have to make sure that I'm still in the camera. And then my third way, now this might have been easier if I had a Stampin' Spot, but it turns out that I don't have Stampin' Spots made up yet. Here, let's go down closer. I don't have Stampin' Spots made up yet for my new inks. So the third one, I'm going to use a marker. This is the Fresh Freesia marker, and I'm just coloring my stamp. I'm using the side of the brush tip, so the broad tip, I'm using just the side, and I'm going to add the ink. And then what I need to do, because this dries very quickly, I'm going to huff on it. Now you don't blow. Let me just put it like this. You don't blow because that dries the ink. You want to huff. Kind of steam up. You see how I steamed up the stamp. I'm going to do that, and we are going to hope for the best on this card. If worse came to worse, I did bring some scrap paper. Oh, kind of cool. Kind of weird. That is really kind of weird how that turned out green with the freesia. I don't know why that happened. Isn't that odd? I'll have to make sure that thing is clean. But actually, it's a mistake that actually is pretty cool, isn't it? Very, very cool. Okay, let me move that out of the way. What I'm going to do is add that to this card. And I was thinking that I was going to add some Fresh Freesia ribbon. But you know what? I don't know that that matches anymore. So let me grab my Orchid Oasis. New plan. My Orchid Oasis trim, the metallic trim, is a little bit thin and slippery. So what I'm going to do instead, I really, really love this white seam binding. And I think that's going to also do a very effective job of covering up this fold, the score line. So I can't see what's going on. All I know is that this is definitely not what I anticipated for today. But that's what happens when you wing it, right? Okay. I've got my paper snips here. I'm going to cut that. I may want to take some, I'm going to maybe use some dimensionals, and I'll use those dimensionals also to hold my ribbon in place. And maybe, look at how this is what I do with my dimensionals. I've got all the scraps, the bones, as my downline Laura says, and I cut them into pieces and I post them on one card so that I don't have 75 different cards going full of scraps of my... See, now I was able to kind of put this together. So I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to watch your comments later. Please forgive me, give me grace for this. It's every time I get a little cocky and think I'm doing good and ahead of things that I learn that God likes to keep me humble. So I have to learn that lesson every day. Okay, so I'm going to add this to my card right there. Perfect. Then I'll take some of my glue. Boy, this, I really hope you can see what I'm doing. Am I upside down? It seems like I'm upside down from what you can see. So when I'm finished, I will turn it so you guys can see it, because that of course is not the idea. Okay, so I wanted to add a little sentiment, and I was going to do it with this fresh freesia, which no longer matches because who knows what happened with my marker, so that it turned a kind of bluish green. That was definitely the fresh freesia marker. I could do the white. I think it gets a little washed out. So hang on one second. Let me see if I have a scrap. You know, I'm going to use, because of this color now, I'm going to use this scrap. I don't know if it's going to show up or not, but we're going to try. Let me get my paper cutter here. Didn't I say this was Wing It Wednesday? Let me move my mess out of the way. So, I do know that this deckled rectangle is, let's see, 2 1/8 by 1 inch. So I'm going to cut this at about 2 1/4, 1 1/4 by 2 1/4 inches. Actually, you know what? We'll just do it like that, and I'll cut around it afterwards, whatever. I'm gonna take this, and I wanted to use this sentiment. I hope it's gonna fit. Faith is about trusting. That's the only stamp that I did not use yet. Bring my mess back on. Sorry, I'm rushing. I'm kind of like trying to get out of a really bad situation as quickly as possible. And hopefully I figure this out before. Oh, it's a little tight. Wow, a little tight, but we're going to do it. No, we're not. I'm just going to, I have this scrap here. I'm going to just stamp this. There we go. Faith is about trusting, because I am totally trusting that somehow this card is going to turn out just like I would like. I would not be doing this by hand if I really had wanted it to turn out. You know what? I know what we can do. I know what we can do. Hold that thought. My dogs are watching me and saying, what is she doing? Oh, this is not going to work. Okay. Okay, so we're going to make our own little banner. Sorry, guys. This is what you get in your email next week, and it's turning out to be a flop. It's just not... I may have to work on that. I just don't... The freesia just doesn't look like it would fit really well. So now that I look at this starry sky, it looks too dark as well. So what could I use? I suppose I could use Pacific Point. Nope, that's the wrong color. I think I'm going to have to somehow use this fresh freesia. And I'm really not... It does give a... once again, it's the same size deckled rectangle. So I had grabbed a rectangle and it was the wrong one. This is the smallest deckled rectangle, but that's okay. We're going to somehow fit this right there. Okay, we're going to work on this one a little bit more before I post this in my email next week. But let's see, I could put it like that. And because I didn't deckle this end, we're going to try this. Let's just pretend that this one is deckled. What do you think? Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, I'm going to pop this up. Whew. What do you think, guys? Bloopers or what? This is what happens when I don't prep ahead and try the card first. But I do love the colors of this. I really wanted to say that faith is about trusting. Okay, this is the card. This is the card. Can you see it now? Let's see. There we go. That's the card that we made. I don't quite like this sentiment here. I wish it wasn't the fresh freesia, because this does not look fresh freesia. I don't know if it grabbed a little bit of blue from when I stamped here, but anyway, otherwise, I think this is really a great card. If I could figure out the sentiment or change the sentiment, do maybe a longer sentiment. White, I don't think would look good because it would get washed out with the scalloped contour, but I don't know. What do you guys think? What would you do if you added something? I don't know. I'm going to flip back so that you can see me and I can get out of this situation where I have all these effects, including glasses and glitter and you name it. Oh my goodness. Hopefully this fixes before Monday night. We'll figure it out, right, guys? Okay, so let me flip back. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to read all your comments. I'm so sorry that this turned out to be quite the experiment, quite the entertainment. I hope you had a great time watching this card. So this is the card. Close up. I'm going to work on that sentiment a little bit more. If you want to be getting my recipe cards in the mail, make sure that you sign up for my mailing list. Oh, I could color the ribbon. That is a really, really good idea. If I colored the ribbon, even if I colored it like a fresh freesia to bring that together, that is an option. I'm going to have to work on this, but thank you so much for watching me. Have a great day. Join me Monday night where we are going to be able to do this without any hitches. Right, guys? I hope you have a wonderful night. I will talk to you soon. Bye.